listen, real quick, before we move forward in this video, just do me a quick favor. Simply just like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to do that. Because when I put out more videos just like this, I want to make sure that you get notified and that you're able to see my videos on a regular basis. So I'm gonna start back posting on a regular basis at least once a week. Okay, so yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate that. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to play in all 12 of your keys. So now when you learn something new, whether it be here on YouTube or from anybody else, you'll be able to translate it into any key that you want with no problem. You don't have to beg for mercy and ask for them to put it in F sharp or A flat or C sharp, whatever your favorite key is. No more begging for mercy. Here's how you play in all 12 of your keys. Listen, my name is Trey Cross and I'm officially back. A lot of y'all don't know this, but I have been MIA for about 2 years now. And my dad passed away, and that was a big blow for my family and myself. And I have been releasing a few videos after he passed away, but I hadn't made any new content. I literally haven't made any new content in about 2 years. So I'm officially back. All glory to God, and let's get to it. So real quick, some of y'all don't know, some of y'all do. I've been playing keys for 24 years. I've had my fair share of playing time. I've also been teaching for about 10 years, and I've taught over 500 students how to play keys by ear. This seems to be a really, really big subject that in the gospel community, as far as musicians is concerned, about transposing or not being able to play in all your keys or whatever. I know that a lot of musicians struggle with being able to play in all 12 keys. Now, there are a few ways that you can do this. So I'm gonna give you about 3 different ways to do it. But there are a few ways that you could definitely make this happen with no problem. It just requires patience and work ethic. That's all you need, patience and work ethic. And all right, so diving into it. So one of the easiest, I would even say cheapest ways, it's not a bad way, but it is kind of cheap and it's very easy. You can literally, let's say C is your favorite key. So let's say we're playing He's Able in the key of C. Let's say I'm playing this chord right here and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. So what I'll do, no matter what it is and I don't know what it is, if I wanted to play in C sharp, but right now I'm playing in C, just take everything up a half step. So we'll take the left hand up 1/2 step and then the right hand up 1/2 step. So now that's the first chord that I played. And then I go back to the second chord that I played. So now I'll take that up a half step in the left hand and in the right hand. So, okay. And now we'll go to the third chord. So let's take that up a half step. Okay. And then the last chord, here's the fourth chord. Take that up a half step. All right, so now you have all 4 chords. Now I'm keeping this really basic because everybody's on a different level. We have some that you may be to where you're just starting from the very beginning, or you might be intermediate where you are starting to play left hand chords, or you might be advanced where you're playing left hand chords, a bunch of right hand chords and passing chords and really like blazing, but you may only be doing it in 1 or 2 keys. So this, I'm keeping it on a basic level so it can help you at no matter what level that you're on. So that's the first way. All right, here's the second way to learn how to play in all 12 keys. So that way, the first way was a little more tedious. The second way is a little more practical. So the second way, here's what you can do. You take anywhere from three to about 8 songs. And I will break it down into categories. Because we know when we play in church, we play hymns, we play churchy music sometimes, depending on what church you got going on. Do a couple of CCM songs, throw those in there. Maybe even throw some talk music in there, and definitely shout music. Okay, so and some contemporary praise and worship as well. So you can take those songs. So let's just start with one song for right now. So what you can do is you can just take that one song. You'll at least need to learn your 12 major scales. So you can just take that one song and just work on that one song in all 12 keys. So like I did in the beginning, and then just take it up. You'll have to fumble a little bit finding the notes if you don't have it already. But knowing the major scales will definitely help you, starting off with just the major scales. And then take it up one more time. And just keep going. And just take that song and you just practice that song the entire day or the entire week, just in all 12 keys. And then the next week you can take another song and practice that song in all 12 keys, and just keep practicing song by song each week in all 12 keys. That's one way to do it. Okay, so that's way number 2. So diving into way number 3, this is my favorite. This does require a little more patience, but in my opinion it's the most efficient. So this is how I teach my students how to play in all 12 keys. First, we learn the fundamentals. Of course, you have to know your notes. And then, let's say we're going to work in the key of D. I know a lot of church musicians don't really play in D that much. Some don't play in D at all, and that's okay. So that's why I want to demonstrate in D. So start off with your major scale. Okay, and then do it in the left hand. And then learn how to do it in both hands. Okay, and so just practice that. That's the first step, getting that down. And then, of course, you need to know what a D major chord is, but I'm sure you will, especially if you already play in certain keys like C. You play in certain keys like G, stuff like that. So you play in like C and G and even B flat. You already know what a D major chord is. But here's the thing. My biggest thing is focusing on the number system, learning the number system chords. So we know on 1, we play the 1 major chord. On 2, we play the 2 minor chord, which is E minor. On 3, we'll play the 1 major chord. 4, we'll play the 4 major chord. 5, we'll play the 5 major chord. 6, we'll play the 6 minor chord. 7, we'll play the 7 major chord. And 1, we'll play the 1 major chord. So this video is not about learning the number system chords. This is about the concept of playing in all 12 keys. Okay, so learning those number system chords, I can do a separate video on that. Just let me know in the comments if y'all want it or not. But learning those number system chords, and because there was a mentor that I had years ago. He told me, he said, always know what you're playing and why you're playing it. So that's going to be the kicker. So what I do is I take my students through learning the major scale first. Then we'll start working on a simple song. So going back to He's Able. 1, 5, 6, 4. Okay. Then I'll teach them different chord progressions like 6, 4, 1, 5. And then we'll do more songs, and we'll just keep doing song after song, progression after progression. and eventually you will be a lot more comfortable in that one key. And what I do is I work on that one key all month long. Okay, so then the start of the next month we'll work on E flat or F or A or whatever key that needs to be worked on next. And what you do, you start the same process over in that key. So the goal is to be either completely fluent or a lot more fluent in your playing and being able to play in all 12 keys within a year. That's very realistic. It's not realistic if you don't have a plan. So starting off with your major scales, starting off with your chords, learning the number system chords that goes with the tones of the scales, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, knowing the chords that goes with those tones of the scales, and learning chord progressions, 3, 4, 4, 6, 5, just the simple chord progressions that we always hear in gospel music, learning those chord progressions, learning songs, focusing on that all month long, and obsessing over that one key, obsessing and focusing on that one key all month long. And then, like I said, in the next month, you go to the next key. But the kicker is you need to increase your practice time a little bit so that you can go back and review the key that you did last month so you don't lose it. Okay? So that's how you get it done. All right, so quick summary. Learning how to play in all 12 keys. You can take chords and go up a whole step, go up a half step, or go up a half step or down a half step, depending on what key you're playing in. That's the first way to do it. The second way to do it is just to focus on one song in all 12 keys at a time, just like He's Able in C, and then take it up to C sharp, and then keep on going to D and in all the other keys. That's another way to do it. Like I said, last but not least, focusing on one key a month. And like I said, it requires patience and it requires time, but you gotta put in the work. You have to put in the work anyway, because you already put in the work when you learned the keys that you already know. So it's just a matter of just to keep going and finishing the work that you already did. So listen, if you want to learn more about how to play gospel keys by ear, you're trying to learn, especially if you're starting from the beginning. Right now, I'm specializing in teaching beginners, absolute beginners. There's a link I have below. It's a Telegram link. I have a free class / introduction to my class showing you how I teach and what I teach and how my program is set up. If you are interested in that, click on that Telegram link below this video. And also let me know what you think and how you feel about this information that I just gave you. I would love to hear your feedback.